Hello there everyone, it's India here and welcome back to my channel. So happy to have you here. So today this is not really going to be a get ready with me, but this is going to be more of a first impressions video. Some of them are not first impressions just because I went on a huge spree yesterday and I was being quite impatient and yeah, so that happened. But some of these are going to be a first impression. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so for this foundation, I have used this before. It's the Stay Matte Rimmel, it's the Rimmel London Stay Matte Foundation in shade Warm Caramel. I am going to be just applying that lightly onto my face. I don't really want to go for a full coverage look today, but we are going to test out a couple of different looks when we get to the eye area. So I am just going to go ahead and put some of that on my face. By the way, I did not prime my face, however I did go in with some rose mist to hydrate my skin and kind of prep it. I didn't really want to go in on my face with any heavy creams today, even though I do have a Neutrogena Shine Control Primer. I do have that and it's really nice, but I'm just prepping my skin today with a little bit of mist, so that's all I've done. I don't generally do concealer. What I do is I take my Infallible foundation in the shade 310 and I go and dab a little bit underneath my eyes and kind of buff that in. Okay, next what I'm just going to do is fill in my brows. I think I'm going to go for a more natural look, except, I mean, we're going to go pretty light on our makeup today, but I am going to do something with my eyes. So I'm just going to prep my brows off camera and then we'll be right back. Okay, the brows are done, so now we're just going to continue on. Next, I'm going to go in with the Black Radiance pressed powder in the shade Black Coffee. Now, this is a first impression for me. I've never used Black Radiance products, so I'm just going to get this cracked open. It did come with this little brush, but I'm not going to be using this. I don't prefer to use things like this, especially if you're putting it on. I don't know, this would just take a lot of work to put on. I'm actually going to be using this as a contour. It's very hard for me to find a contour that's something that I could use. So this pressed powder I feel like is going to be a great alternative. So we're just going to test this. So I'm just going to take I'm going to take an angled contour flare brush. It's the Professional Makeup 27 by Ofra. But we're just going to take an angled brush. Ooh, see, I like this. I don't know if you guys can, oh yeah, it looks really good on camera. So it looks much more pigmented on camera than it is in person. In person, it gives you this like nice glow. But I'm sure once I go back in and I bake underneath and I kind of cut it, it's going to look sick. Yeah, I'm really liking this as an alternative. Really liking this, guys. I'm going to apply some of this on the sides of my nose to see if I can contour my nose with it. So this probably isn't even the best thing in the world, but for me it's working right now. So next I'm just going to bake a little bit under my eyes while we go in on some eyeshadow. I'm also going to cut my jawline in the midst just because we just added a nice bronze look. I want to see if I can intensify it. Ooh, she's baked. But also this is going to help with any fallout that I get from the eyeshadow. Okay, anyways, so now we're just going to take, I went ahead and picked up an E.L.F. eyelid primer. It's in sheer, so we're just going to apply that on our lids and see if it intensifies our eyeshadow. I typically just use concealer to prep my eyelids for eyeshadow, but I wonder if this is going to make it any better. I'm just going to blend upward. So far I'm really liking this primer. It blended very nicely. There's no streakiness to it. It doesn't add any texture to my skin. So far so good. I give this an A+. I'm going to go into the crease with the shade Creamsicle. But I can definitely see a difference right now. It's a very beautiful color. Now we're just going to go in with the shade Buns, and I'm going to put that a little bit lower. we're going to go in with the shade Chip, it looks like. I'm just going to pop that into the crease. So I popped a little bit of the shade Chip right in the inner corner, and then we put Little Lady right on the lids on top of the shade Creamsicle, which is our transition shade coming right out. The last thing that I'm going to do with my eyes is I'm going to go in with the shade Beam, and we're going to plop that underneath the eye as well as our inner corner. So next we're just going to go right into our mascara. And what I picked up was the NYX Worthy Hype mascara. I don't have any eyelashes, so we're just going to see how well this works. There are some lashes that really exaggerates everything for me, but then some are just like, Just going to go right in and see how it's working. I'm just going to zoom in so we can do a comparison. I don't know how well you guys can see each eye, but we definitely did get some length. We definitely did get some, I'm actually not seeing much volume, but we did get some length. So I'm just going to cover up the other eye and coat it with the mascara, and we'll be right back. So I just tried to swatch everything. I guess we're going to go in with some highlighter next. I tried to swatch everything. I terribly failed, but this is the first shade, the pink undertone shade, and then the gold shade, which you can't necessarily see. I'm wanting to go for the first shade since it's kind of a sunset look. So just gonna, ooh, I really like this. I like to drag my highlighter up in a C shape. So I like to drag it around the eye and then up to the brow. Okay, next I'm just going to take it. Next I'm just going to take it down the center of my nose and then the top of my lip. Next I'm just going to take the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Brooklyn Thorn, and we're going to line our lips and get prepped for some lipstick. Next we're just going to take our Maybelline matte lipstick in the shade Toasted Truffle, and I'm just going to apply. This is going to be our last step. Now I don't really overdraw my lips or anything since my lips are already full. Just lob the excess product, the highs of our brow bones. Okay guys, that completes today's video. This is the finished product. My makeup has been on for a good 30 to 45 minutes now, and I'd say it's holding up pretty well, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I would say my favorite product out of them all is definitely this one. I'm going to be using this all the time. I will leave my social media links down below in the description box for you to follow me over there as well. As always, I'm eternally grateful that you took the time to watch this video for today, and until next time, we'll see you.